That's right. That's right. That was the Mahavishnu Orchestra. You know. That's a badass jam. That's a badass jam. Hey, what's up, Sooners? Shout out to Sooners, man. Nice of you to stop by. Got 4 people watching. Frank Dika's dropping knowledge, Talkin Papas live on a Maturity Monday. We're going to talk about maturity. What is it to be mature? I think, a lot of us understand maturity a certain way. I have my own idea as to maturity. I'm going to express my idea. I'm also going to share a video with you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about maturity. We'll play some jams too. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I got 6 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I dropped the video earlier, just me, giving thanks to everybody that subscribed and just giving you, just something to think about. I That's my whole thing about coming onto YouTube is to pry your brain, is to pick at your brain, is to activate something to make you think. If you already have an opinion of me, like a negative opinion of me, you may not listen to what I say. And that's cool. It's cool. But you can always do research, you can find out, you can figure it out on your own. Just look at the topics, look up whatever it is, and seek it up on your own. I always recommend that no matter what it is, no matter who's telling you something, always do your own research. It could be your parents, it could be someone in the know, but always do your own research. Always go back, always go look for it, always go make sure that you find facts. Don't fall for what sounds good. There's some shit that really sounds good because, people say shit based on what they see. And, I always remember something from the Marvin Gaye. Well, it's not even a Marvin Gaye song, but he made it famous. I heard it through the grapevine. That was originally a Gladys Knight and the Pip song. But then he made it a hit, right? And then, you know, Creedence Clearwater Revival came and did a remake, but they made the remake based on Marvin Gaye's. Marvin Gaye's, to me, is the standout track, and I'm talking about I Heard It Through the Grapevine. I Heard It Through the Grapevine has a bunch of gems throughout the song. But one that always stays in the back of my mind is when Marvin Gaye says, believe half of what you see, and none of what you hear. And that's how I try to live my life. I seek facts. I don't stay with just whatever someone came and whispered in my ear. I go and ask, I check around, I look around. And that's why a lot of these narratives don't work, because a lot of these narratives require that we react instantaneously and get manipulated on the spot. That shit doesn't work with me. Machete, that's right. The future is near. Stay focused, stay ready, keep moving forever forward. What's coming next is built by what you do today. That's right, Machete. Hey, shout out to Machete. Shout out to Sooners, man. Hey, Machete, I appreciate you, man. Straight up, I do appreciate you, bro. And I consider you, someone that is of my channel. You are a very important part of my channel, bro. I just want you to know that. I want you to understand that, and I truly appreciate your support and your input and all the comments that you leave. I truly appreciate them, man. Johnny G, what's up, Frank? SOA, what's up, Johnny G? We're chilling. It's Frank Tico's dropping knowledge, Talkin Papas live. Hey, man, listen. Maturity Monday is a thing. We gotta understand what it means to be mature. But look, I'm going to tell you something that I believe. I'm going to tell you right now what I believe, and I'll build up on it as we go along. Okay, but I want to first and foremost tell you guys my philosophy on maturity. Now, if there's another philosophy that's similar or that sounds exactly like mine, trust that I don't know of it. Like I don't go and search for philosophies like my philosophy. Like I read on philosophies, but if I tell you that this is my philosophy, it's because this is something that I thought of. This is something that I experienced. But if I don't have like something to point to, now, if you guys do, and if you guys something that's comparable to what I'm about to say, please share it because I always love to learn. That's right, the Egyptian lover, the Tikanator in chat. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the chat. I got 9 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I go live every day. I haven't stopped since I said I would go live every day. I've gone live every day. I'm dropping content. I dropped a video earlier, just me walking around giving thanks to everybody. I also dropped a video last night. Please check it out. I think that one is a good one for you to check out. That's right. Johnny G, tell it to them, Frank. This is what most people do these days is speak what they hear without facts. Yeah, bro, and salute to everyone. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in running with the first thing I hear. You guys saw the battle boxes. You guys saw the battle boxes. Nobody basically admitted to running with any type of narrative, as long as it sounded good, as long as it was funny, as long as it poked fun at someone. They're gonna run with it. They don't give a fuck if it's true or not. So that right there tells you the story. Shout out to Exposed to. Shout out to ladies of Exposed to. Hey man, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to you, Johnny G. Shout out to Machete, Egyptian Lover, everybody that's been here since the beginning of the live. Sooners, that's right. We're gonna keep doing what we do. Let's see. Mi salud, mi. That's right, Senor Ticas. Right back to you, Machete. Weather looks beautiful out there, Frank. It is beautiful, bro. It's just though it's a little hot, but I already got an alert that it might rain later. So yeah. Salud. Let's see, Johnny G. Philosophical maturity is the intellectual and personal capacity to recognize the limits of one's own knowledge, accept when one is wrong, and calmly hold conflicting ideas in balance. Eso. Hey, man, I couldn't agree with you, anymore. That 100% explains how I think, how I see things. Once again, shout out to ET, shout out to the collective, shout out to that space. I believe it's a good space that I wish could be exploited even more. I wanted to see more conversations come out of the collective, and if I can do my part in doing that, I'm going to do my part. But I trust that ET is doing what he knows, how to make it pop. So, we are diving into different topics, and I do believe it's important that we have conversations around these things because look, this is what I believe. And if I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comment section, right? I believe that right now there's a lot of decisions, like really very important decisions being made without anybody else's input but the donors, but the 1%. We don't have any vote. We don't have any voice in a lot of the decisions that are being taken. That a lot of the things that are being decided on as we speak. Now, if you think that I'm wrong, please let me know. If you think that I'm mistaken in my assertion that a lot of decisions are being made without the input of the population, if you can guide me the right way, lead me into where it demonstrates that we are being listened to, I'll look it up. And if it's true, I'll accept it. And I'll come right back and say, okay, they are taking us into consideration. But I don't believe that we're being taken into consideration. I do not believe that the voice of the populace. There's a term for that. There's a Latin term. Let me look it up, man. Popular voice, I believe it is. Popular voice, Latin. It should be popular voice. Let me see. Give me a second, guys, because I really want to look this up. I want to make sure that I give you guys in Latin. Let me see. Ah, yes, the Vox Populi. The Vox Populi. That is exactly the term that I wanted to use. Let me go ahead and put it here. Vox Populi. All right, I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to pin it. Okay. Look, that is what I want you guys to look up. The Vox Populi. I do not believe that the Vox Populi or Populi is being listened to. I do not believe it's being listened to. I believe that right now a lot of decisions are being made. I mean, it's always been that way, but right now there's a lot of life and death decisions. And I'm not talking about life and death like, like death row and shit like that. I'm talking life and death as far as like the earth, the climate, what we're disseminating resources. I'm talking about that type of life and death, like apocalyptic type shit. I think that those decisions are being made right now without any consultation to the what? To the Vox Populi. Vox Populi. Yeah, that's right. That's the term I wanted to put out there. Let's see. Let's see. Your point of conversation ideas are always great, brother. Very interesting. Hey, thank you, bro. I try because this is the type of conversation that I love to engage in. And when I have, my friends around and those of us that get down like this, and I have a lot of conversations with a lot of friends. We get together and we just talk. We just go about what's going on today and what we believe is triggering shit. Then I have these conversations at home with my family, so I just translate them over to YouTube. Johnny G is solid. That's right. Let's see. Maturity starts when you stop blaming others, take responsibility for your choices, control your emotions, and realize that your future depends on the decisions you make today. So I agree, Machete, when we're talking about a general thing. I'm about to tell you what my philosophy on maturity is, and it may not match. I agree with you. I respect your opinion, but I have a theory. And then you guys let me know if it's true or not. I'm just trying to catch up with these chats. That's right. Eso Machete. That's right. Maturity doesn't come with age. It comes with your own ability to learn from mistakes and be willing to still learn. Okay, that Egyptian lover, I agree with 100%. And I'm going to show you how I apply it to my philosophy. I'm going to give you guys my philosophy on maturity. But once again, this is Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas, maturity Monday. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. As we can see, there are 52-year-olds with the mindset of a teen. Yes. Vox Populi, when the people speak, everybody better listen. The streets got a voice, and that voice carries. That's right, Machete. I'm glad that you went and looked for it. Salud. Okay. So, what is my philosophy on maturity? I believe that you can only be mature on different situations. I do not believe that maturity, well, let me rephrase that. I believe that you can get to a level of maturity where you become mature in all aspects of life. But before you can get to that level, you have to first conquer some parts of your life. For example, if you have a fear of rejection, you have to conquer that and you become mature in that. Now, if you become mature in your fear of rejection, let's say you have a fear of rejection, you understand what it is that caused that fear in you, you do the work, you do everything, and it no longer is an issue with you, but you understand it, right? So there are things that you can now use in order to decode other aspects of your immaturity. Okay, but I think that you, like, depending on how many things you unblock, as far as like things that you're immature of, that you have no knowledge of, that is your mature growth. Let me explain it one more time. I'll give you guys an example. Let's say this is the first time that you go out with someone. You start dating somebody. Okay? This is the first time. This is your first experience being with someone, being in a relationship with someone. You have no prior experience to that. Okay? But this is your first experience. You end up breaking up, you end up brokenhearted. Now, you learn from this experience, but that still does not make you mature in dealing with relationships. You may have to experience loss a couple of more times to understand what it is that you're doing wrong. And based on that, you start formulating a maturity in that area. But I do not believe that you can acquire a maturity that covers all aspects of your life without first mastering the ones that bother you the most. Like, once you've conquered those issues within you, those things that trigger you, once you've conquered the main ones, now you have a formula of dealing with other things moving forward, and then you're mature. But I do not believe that maturity comes with age. I believe maturity comes with learned lessons, but various learned lessons that then give you a blueprint as to how to handle the unknown. Because our maturity level is tested every time we face an unknown situation. When we face an unknown situation, that is where our maturity is tested. When you experience heartbreak, and this is your first heartbreak, your maturity is tested. If you are fired, the first job that fires you, that is when your maturity is tested in that aspect of your life. How do you deal with being fired? How do you deal with working? How do you deal with dealing with a boss, co-workers, all that shit? That requires experience that will make you mature in that aspect. But you can be 42, and if you've never had a job, that first job could throw you back, could make you emotional, could make you crash out emotionally as if you were a teenager, and you could be 40 years old. But if this is your first job and you start experiencing a lot of negative situations and stress, your maturity level will be that of a novice, which could be like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and that's how you're going to react. You're going to cry, you're going to lash out, you're going to talk shit, you're going to get into your personal mode, you're going to get ultra defensive. That is my philosophy. I believe that maturity is established on how many of your weaknesses you can overcome. And once you've overcome at least half or more of your weaknesses, now you have a formula of dealing with the rest. I don't know if you guys agree. Let's see. I believe that maturity is obtained through acceptance of accountability, the beginnings. Okay, I believe that too. Much love and respect to all showing support for the channel. Thank you so much, Machete. I got 13 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Ftdk is dropping non-stocking papas live on the Maturity Monday. We're talking about maturity, and I've already let you guys know what my philosophy is. I believe that we become mature not in general, but based on situations. Like I may be mature in, like, for example, work ethic. Let's say that I started working at a very young age. Okay. I'll give you an example, right? I started working at a very young age. I already went through the ups and downs of dealing with a boss, of dealing with coworkers, of dealing with a schedule, metrics, whatever. After 6 or 7 years of doing that shit, I know that I'm at a level where nothing scares me, nothing surprises me, right? And let's say that that job was a sales job. So I've been at the sales job 15 years. All of a sudden, out of the blue, the company tells you, we're going bankrupt. And we got to let you go. And then you shop around and you realize that there are no jobs similar to the ones that you had for the past 10, 15 years. Now you got to reinvent yourself. Well, guess what? You're going to go through the growing pains. You're going to go through the acceptance. You're going to go through the I can do it. You're going to go through the fuck, I can't do this shit. You're going to go through the whole gamut of emotions that you go through when you are not mature in something. Unless you've got connections and everything is paved smoothly for you, every single new situation that you face, every new adverse situation that you face will bring you back to level zero until you have a blueprint of how to deal with challenges. That is my philosophy on maturity. Let's see. I believe Einstein said applying the same actions time and time again and expecting a different outcome is a definition of insanity. Hence, Joker, drink, crash out, backpedal, and apologize. Yes, he's not mature in that aspect. And we're going to talk about that. And I have a video as well. That's right. Haha. Yeah. What's good, Frank? Hey, man, kicking it, shit, just chopping this shit, chilling with the chat. What's cracking, everybody? Frank Tika's dropping on talking papas live on the Maturity Monday. We're going to talk about maturity. And like I've already told you, my philosophy on maturity is that you become mature on situations, but that does not necessarily mean that you're a mature person overall. That's why you're going to see a lot of people that are very composed when they're dealing with certain things. But when you get them out of their comfort zone, they are no longer composed. Then they start having issues. They become cranky, aggravated, frustrated. That's my philosophy. Maturity is knowing when to speak, when to stay quiet, and when to walk away. Immaturity is making noise just to be heard. I agree with that, Machete. And that first part of it sounded like the gambler, Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You better count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, hey man, look, The Gambler, that song, I recommend. As a matter of fact, we're going to play that song. We're going to play The Gambler, man. That has so many life lessons just in the chorus. Man. Saludos, Frank. Happy Monday to all. What's up, Hugo Torres? Shout out to you, Hugo. That's right, Egyptian lover. That's right, Hugo Torres. Hey, Facto, talk that Papa's friend. That's right, Facto 7G. What's up, brother? Hey, shout out to you, bro. We keep doing this. Shout out to all the folks here supporting great knowledge. Eso, that's right, Johnny G. Got 15 people in the house. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Terps, buenas tardes, saludos y respetos. Hope everyone having a great start of the week. Likewise to you, Terp. Shout out to you, to your channel. Please go watch Terp. Subscribe to his channel. He puts down some great content, bro. A shout out to you, brother. Much respect to you. Salute to you, man. You do some wonderful work. So Terps, Johnny G, that's right. Johnny G. Hey, listen, man, So yeah. What is it that I saw? Oh yeah, the gambler, the gambler. We're gonna play the gambler, man. Hey, Machete, you made me remember the gambler, bro. And that is a badass song. Gambler, Kenny Rogers. Man. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna put the lyrics one with lyrics. We're talking about maturity, man. I'm gonna give you guys a song that I believe gives a lot of life lessons that can help you with some of that maturity. Oakland, everything, mi hermana. Dios te bendiga, hermana Oakland. Oakland, todo es Oakland, mi hermana. Te quiero mucho. Shout out to you. I know you're at work, sister. I know. Get your money, sister. Get your money. Get your money. Get them bonuses. I hope you get all them bonuses. All right, let me go ahead and share this with you. I'm going to play this song, man. This is a badass song. This reminds me of my childhood. And there's a lot of life lessons that I believe we can adopt talking about maturity. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas live on a Maturity Monday. Hey, Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Let's get it.
Summer's evening. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light, and the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he'd finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out a cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the deal is done.
That was the great late Kenny Rogers. Rest in peace to Kenny Rogers, man. That's a life lesson right there, man. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You got to know in every aspect of life. Straight up. Frank Tico's dropping nine talking Papa's live on the Maturity Monday, man. I'm just trying to throw some seeds out there, trying to spread the word. You don't got to believe me. Just go look it up. It's up to you, man. The power's in your hands. All I can do is tell you that it's out there. No, that's what we try to do. Starting with the Exposed Tube Revolution. Shout out to ET. Shout out to ladies of Exposed Tube. Everybody down with the revolution. No, we're trying to expose game, man. A lot of the game that I bring to you, I bring it to you free. Straight up. I mean, look, this is game. I'm just sharing with you what I've already gone through, man. I'm not going to come out here and bullshit any of you. And even if you're out there hating on me and you're watching right now, you cannot knock the fact that this is truth. What I'm trying to spread to you is facts, man. I'm trying to give you guys some tools to grow on, to develop on. Now, it's up to you whether you use it or not, but that's going to demonstrate your level of maturity. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas. Maturity. Hey, it's Maturity Monday. Let me read this, machete. Life lessons are eternal. What you learn today can shape who you become tomorrow. Grow from the past, move with wisdom, and keep pushing forward, forever forward. Hey, Machete, you know what's up, brother. You know what's up. I think you know what it is, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now, Machete. What's it called? Public Enemy, right? You're like the hype man. You know what I mean? You're like the hype man. So look, I put the link up there for anybody who wants to jump on, talk about maturity, what your ideas are. If you don't agree with something, if you want to put me in my place and run circles around me, hey, the link's right there. I got 17 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I go live every day. I drop content every day. This is Frank Ticas dropping on Stocking Papas live. Maturity Monday. I'm part of the Exposed Tube Revolution. I am Fernando. Shout out to Exposed Tube. Shout out to ladies of Exposed Tube. Shout out to everybody putting out their work. Hangman Stranger, man. Taco Stain, Terp, Sooners, who was in here. Shout out to Sooners, exposing the YT Yarda. No Runners Pug, Shankopotamus, Ghost, Mimi Ramirez, and Blue. Shout out to you guys. I haven't seen you in a while, so God bless you guys. Hope you're doing well. It is what it is. Egyptian lover, that's right. Oakland. Hey, Oakland is my sister. Terps, that's right. Don't hate. Ameliorate. Ameliorate. Yeah, that's right, bro. Decals, not to change the subject, but it might involve maturity question. At what point does a discussion become an argument? All right, that's a good one. Hell yeah, public enemy. Yeah, that's right. Public enemy, bro. Hey man, you're the hype man, bro. I just come out here spitting facts and you hype it up, bro. So hey, shout out to you, brother. Listen, at what point does a discussion become an argument? I think that an argument is just that it's heated, but I think that an argument I think that give me a second, guys. That's some weird shit. All right, so I think that an argument is just a heated discussion. Now, you can argue and still keep it respectful, but it's just now heated. You know what I mean? I think that that's when it becomes, once you catch feelings, once you feel that you have to put your point across all the way, no matter what the other person says, then it becomes an argument because a discussion is sort of like hashing ideas out. Like we may not agree, but we're just putting ideas out there and we can be like, okay, okay, I see what you're saying. But an argument is when you're trying to force your opinion on someone, and then it becomes a little more heated because at this point, when you're arguing, what you're trying to do is win the debate. So that's what I think is the difference, bro. Now I would have to look at the definition. I'm just going off the top, but that's what I believe the difference is. Johnny G, that's right, homeboy. I send mine in full. Terps, Egyptian, that's right. Hey, Hangman. Hello, everyone on my lunch break listening in. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Hey, God bless you, Hangman. You know what's up. You're my brother, man. That's right. Mike Bordello, my brother Frank, saludos to you and your fam and everyone in the chat sending mines. Hey, man, I can't believe all the support that I get. God bless all of you guys, man. Mike Bordello, you already know you're a part of my family, bro. I continuously pray for you and yours. Sunshine will continuously be in our minds and in our heart. And as a matter of fact, at the end of this live, I'm going to close out with a dedication to your wife, brother, because that's your wife. She is resting in power. She is looking down upon us. And I believe that she's got your back all the time, brother. You know, and we got your back too, man. Straight up, Mike Morello. My respect to you, brother. God bless you, my friend. God bless you, bro. I honestly, you know what, man? I'm gonna come honestly out here and just say the following. I have no regrets. And I have accepted the consequences of my actions. But if there's only one thing I regret, is not being able to go out there and shake your hand personally. Every single one of you that supports me and that is right here watching my live. No, straight up. I wish I can go out there, shake your hand, give you a hug, and let you know how much I respect and love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for watching me. I appreciate it. I am humbled, and I thank God every single day for each and every one of you. May God bless you eternally with prosperity, good health, great jobs, great opportunity, and insight. Insight. We all need insight into what is working around us. That's right. Spider Mike, that's right. Egyptian lover, Hangman. Enjoy the lunch, Hangman. Yeah, enjoy your lunch, Hangman. Buen provecho, brother. Mr. Machete, Mike Morello, Hangman Stranger. Gracias, Frank. Very much. You know what's up, man. Arguments lead to debates, and debates lead into disagreements, and disagreements lead into dissatisfied and angry arguments. Unless, like, I agree to that, but I think that debates, if they're handled correctly, would be the end all of things. Because it is when you debate, when you bring out facts and you bring out what it is that you believe and why you believe it. So you bring out proof. That's where it should all end, is what I believe. I agree that it could go down the rest of what you're talking about, but my personal belief is that if I have to debate you, I'm going to debate you. I have no fear of debates. I have no fear of confrontation. None whatsoever. We can go wit for wit. Hey man, the link is right there. Machete, a conversation becomes an argument with the exchange shifts from understanding each other to trying to prove a point. That's right. And listening is replaced by defensiveness, emotions take over and start shooting. Yeah. But you know, I think that happens to everybody when we are like, when we believe that we have the truth on our side. When we believe that we have the truth, facts, evidence, everything on our side, we will become argumentative for the sake of the other person. I want you to hear what I have to say. We become defensive and we start becoming even more empowering in debates when we are truly worried about something, when we have genuine feeling about something. Now, I know that sometimes it's not good to let your emotions take over. I'm a firm believer that you got to keep your emotions on check. But there are moments in which demonstrating how you feel about something is imperative above all else, because that shows your honesty. That shows where you truly stand. You know, when you show your emotions, when you put your emotions, your heart on your sleeve, what you're telling the world is not only do I believe this, I also breathe and live and bleed by this belief. I don't know if that makes any sense. You know, I'm just trying to be out here talking papas. Frank Tica's dropping us talking papas live on the Maturity Monday. Gracias, Frank, my brother. That's right, Egyptian lover. Machete eso, let's get it. That's right, Egyptian church. Hey, man, saludos, brothers and sisters. Johnny G dropping knowledge you can't get in college. That's right, bro. Debates with facts win. That's right, Johnny G. Oakland, everything. Hey, you know my heart is for you, Oakland. Eres mi hermana. Solo quiero que lo sepas. Cualquier cosa necesites que yo pueda hacer por ti, por favor, no dudes en decírmelo, en comunicarte conmigo. Para eso estoy. Yo estoy aquí para eso. Yo sé que muchos hablan muchas cosas, pero yo realmente estoy aquí para apoyar cualquiera quien quiera y necesite apoyo. Yo estoy aquí para eso. Y no lo voy a traducir y lo vamos a dejar así. If you know, you know. Frank Tica's dropping on stocking Papas live. That's what we do, Ramiro. That's right. Saludos, Frankie, to everyone in the chat. Hey, man, saludos to you, Ramiro, man. You know, much respect to you, brother. You know what I mean? I respect you, bro. I want you to know that. Whether you agree with me or not, I respect you, my brother, and I got much love for you and everybody in the chat. I got a video. I'm gonna play the video in a little bit. I just want to get through this chat. And I wanna put the positive energy out there. It's Frank Tica's dropping nine stocking papas live on a maturity Monday. And we're gonna watch a video. I'm gonna let it run through. I'm not gonna pause it. We're gonna play some jams. You know, we still got some time. I'll be here for another hour and a half if I can, depending. I got 23 people in the chat. Please hit the like. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you that has subscribed, watches my videos. I got videos that I released today, earlier this morning. Please go watch them. It's just 2 videos. Go watch them. Go watch them. It's not going to take too much of your time. That's right. Hey, anything that you do supports me and my channel, and I truly appreciate that. That's right. Mike Morelo, Ramiro, saludos, carnal. Hope you're doing well, my boy. That's right. Igualmente, carnal. Hey, igualmente. Hey, listen, you know what, guys? I truly appreciate the camaraderie. And I believe that maturity also allows us to see above the titles, above affiliation. That's why we transcend all that shit. I remember in LA County, no, we all got along, we all got together. But there were certain places where there were cars. I mean, where there were cars, like, you know, East LA, San Fernando Valley, you know, they're kind of, especially when you started going down like upstate, but to the prisons down south, you saw a lot of cars. You know, you saw a lot of cars. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because now that we're out here, our maturity level should let us know that we can get along as long as we respect each other, as long as we are united by our principles and our morality. And I believe that us here on the Exposed to Revolution, because I consider myself Fernando, just like every single one of you that supports me, we're all one. And we're going to keep doing what we do every single day And I don't believe in cars. I believe that either we stand on the side of righteousness or we don't. Straight up. Frank Tica's dropping on Talking Papas live. And that's why I'm going to do my part, you know, to help people get into it, to help us assimilate what we're supposed to do. That's right, igualmente, carnal. That's right, Ramiro, Egyptian, Spider-Man, I love homies, Ramiro. That's right, Terps, Machete, Ramiro, Mike Morello, Vatos Locos, Forever, La Primera Liz. That's right, Terps, Saludos, Carnalito, Terps, Cubo. That's right. All right, so listen. Let me go. I've already been at this almost 50 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and play this video that has to do with maturity. It's kind of been on standby. It's been on standby. I've had this on standby. Give me a second. Let me put it up here, and let me go ahead and put it up. I always got to come at you guys with a little bit of a message and a little bit of knowledge. This is a little bit of knowledge. Okay, this is how to test your emotional maturity. I'm gonna just let it play through. I'm not gonna pause it. Please pay attention. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's watching. I got 21 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I go live every day. I put content out every day. It don't stop. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas live. Maturity Monday. Ramiro's hell yeah, homeboy. That's right, Mike. Let's get this.
One of the more puzzling aspects of the way we're built is that our emotional development does not necessarily or automatically keep pace with our physical growth. We can be 55 on the outside and 4.5 in terms of our impulses and manner of communicating, just as we can be on the threshold of adulthood physically while an emotional sage within. In order to assess our own and others' emotional development, we can make use of a single, deceptively simple question that quickly gets to the core of our underlying emotional age. When someone on whom we depend emotionally lets us down, disappoints us, or leaves us hanging and uncertain, what is our characteristic way of responding? There are 3 methods which indicate emotionally immature behavior. We might grade ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 according to our propensities. Firstly, we might sulk. That is, we simultaneously get very upset while refusing to explain to the person who has upset us what the problem might actually be. The insult to our pride and dignity feels too great. We are too internally fragile to reveal that we've been knocked. We hope against hope that another person might simply magically understand what they've done and fix it without us needing to speak. Rather, as an infant who hasn't yet mastered language might have a hope that a parent would spontaneously enter their minds and just guess what was ailing them. Secondly, we might get furious. Another response is to get extremely and disproportionately angry with the disappointing person. Our fury may look powerful, but no one who felt powerful would have any need for such titanic rage. Inside, we feel broken, at sea, and bereft. But our only way of reasserting control is to mimic an aggrieved emperor or taunted tiger. Our insults and viciousness are, in their coded ways, admissions of terror and defenselessness. Our pain is profoundly poignant, our manner of dealing with it a good deal sadder. Thirdly, we might go cold. It takes a lot of courage to admit to someone who's hurt us that we care, that they have a power over us, that a key bit of our life is in their hands. It may be a lot easier to put up a strenuous wall of indifference. At precisely the moment when we are most emotionally vulnerable to a loved one's behaviour, we insist that we haven't noticed a slight and wouldn't give a damn anyway. We may not simply be pretending. Remaining in touch with our wounds may have become conclusively intolerable. Not feeling anything may have replaced the enormous threat of being fully alive. These 3 responses point us in turn to the 3 markers of emotional maturity. Firstly, the capacity to explain. That is, the power, simple to describe but a proper accomplishment in practice, to explain why we are upset to the person who's upset us, to have faith that we can find the words, that we are not pathetic or wretched for suffering in a given way, and that, with a bit of luck, we will find the words to make ourselves understood by someone whom we can remember deep down, even at this moment of stress, is not our enemy. Secondly, the capacity to stay calm. The mature person knows that robust self-assertion is always an option down the line. This gives them the confidence not to need to shout immediately, to give others the benefit of every doubt, and not to assume the worst and then hit back with undue force. The mature like themselves enough not to suspect that everyone would have a good reason to mock and slander them. Thirdly, the capacity to be vulnerable. The mature know and have made their peace with the idea that being close to anyone will open them up to being hurt. They feel enough inward strength to possess a tolerable relationship with their own weakness. They are unembarrassed enough by their emotional nakedness to tell even the person who has apparently humiliated them that they are in need of help. They trust, ultimately, that there is nothing wrong with their tears and that they have the right to find someone who will know how to bear them. In turn, these three traits belong to what we can call the three cardinal virtues of emotional maturity: communication, trust, and vulnerability. These three virtues were either gifted to us during a warm and nourishing childhood, or else we will need to learn them arduously as adults. This is akin to the difference between growing up speaking a foreign language and having to learn it over many months as an adult. However, the comparison at least gives us an impression of the scale of the challenge ahead of us. There is nothing to be ashamed of about our possible present ignorance. At least half of us weren't brought up in the land of emotional literacy. We may just never have heard adults around us speaking an emotionally mature dialect. So we may, despite our age, need to go right back to school and spend 5,000 to 10,000 hours learning, with great patience and faith, the beautiful and complex grammar of the language of emotional adulthood.
Our emotional barometer is a tool that can help us to more clearly explain our mood.
All right, that's right. So listen, man, that was a good little video. We got to have the capacity to explain, the capacity to stay calm, and also capacity the capacity to be vulnerable. You know, I get clowned. You guys already know. Those of you that follow me, those of you that are part of the Exposed to Revolution, those of you that have subscribed to me, shout out to every single one of you. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas live on a Maturity Monday. I get clowned for expressing my emotions. When I heard a quote unquote chomo speaking on underage people, it made me upset. It made me feel impotence. It made me feel rage, all at the same time. And the only way that I could express it was through tears and rage. And I get clowned for it because I did it on a live that I left on. The live is right there. You guys can go watch it, you know? But I do not feel in any way ashamed of having reacted that way because I'm a compassionate human being. I am mature in my emotions. I don't give a fuck about what the next man says about me. I know who I am. I stand 10 toes down into who I am for my family and for whatever I do. Straight up. Give a fuck about your narratives. That's why I look at you guys with disdain and contempt and just laugh at you punk bitches. Because your narratives will never defeat the reality of the man that you have before you. Frank Dika's dropping on. It's talking papas. I'm talking papas live. Maturity Monday. I'm a mature motherfucker. Straight up. Give a fuck about what you think. But I ride with those people that are seeking emotional stability, that are fighting hard to reach those levels of maturity where they can make things happen, where they can get the job that they need, where they can be productive, where they can be transparent, where they can be strong in their emotional, mental, and physical stability. That's what I'm all about, straight up. That's right. What's good, Frank Big Rock from Bruta 805 in the Casa. Okay, Marisol Boynton. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. I saw that you left another one for Mike Morello. Let me go ahead and check that out. Give me a second, please. Oh, let me see. PSA, y'all better hope I never mature. Game over. Ya estuvo trucha. I'm going to be. Pinche machete. Let me see. What's cracking, Spider Mike? Send mine on ball. All right, cool. Hey, man, you know it is what it is. Frank Tica's dropping on Sacking Papas live on a Maturity Monday. So I already explained to you guys. So for me, maturity is based on the different experiences that you master, that you learn from. And once you have an idea of how to understand the odds, how to understand the things that come against you, then you become mature. But I don't believe that there is like a blanket maturity until you have conquered your main weaknesses. Whether it's fear of abandonment, fear of being alone, whether it's a fear of whatever your phobias are that push people away from you. Like once you master those and you're able to create relationships, healthy relationships, and you're able to connect and network healthy in a healthy manner, righteously, then you're on your way. But if at this stage in your life you're still not able to connect with people organically, you're not able to create, what's it called, a safety net. You're not able to create a community, not just of people online. I'm talking of people close to you, neighbors, brothers, sisters, old school friends. If you do not have the capacity and you have not been able to do that up to this point, then there's something you need to check about yourself. Straight up. Straight up. There's something within you that does not allow you to create those connections. And you're going to need those connections. No man is an island. And it takes maturity to realize that we need to ask for help, that we need assistance sometimes, that we need advice, that we need to find people that are smarter than us, that are more experienced than us, to give us life advice, to give us life instruction so we can move forward. Immaturity tells you that you can do it all on your own. You're going to keep hitting that wall face on, straight up. Frank Tica's dropping non-stocking Papa's live. This is knowledge. Don't be so secure of yourself that you won't even ask for someone to look over what you're planning to do. At least get somebody else's eyes on what you're trying to do. Get a second, third opinion on what you're planning to do. Listen to people. Look for mentors. You know, a lot of people, like, look, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I've talked about this guy in the past. I'm going to mention him again because after this situation, it kind of made me rethink of whether I wanted to continue dealing with people on a supervisor level or not. My last role as a supervisor was about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Okay. And we needed people. We needed people to work. We needed someone to come in and help us because we were acquiring a bunch of workable hours, but we didn't have the people to work it. So I needed to find someone that I believed could fit in right away so we can, complete and make sure that we fulfilled our contractual obligations, which was to get somebody to handle certain situations for a client. Now, the first person that I thought about was a guy that speaks very good English. He's an older dude. He's like 9 years older than me. I'm about to turn 50 this year. He's around 59, 57. So back then, we're talking he was around 55 years old. Young wife. Like, his wife is younger than me. I mean, obviously, she was an adult when they met, but we're talking he was around 55 and she was about to be 30. They end up having a baby. He has another 5 children outside of this particular marriage. He lived outside of the city, and because based on his Facebook postings and Instagram postings, I could tell that he was going through it. And my first thought was, I'm going to get this guy the job because I know he can speak the language. Based on the experience that he's told me he has, he can do the job. But over everything was the fact that I'm watching this man struggle with a family. So my heart was there. And I said, you know what? I'm going to call this guy. I'm going to try to get him hired. I'm going to tell him, I'm going to give him everything he needs ahead of time to get hired. I told him what the questions, what might be the questions that he might be asked in the interview. I filled him in on the things that he needed to know. I prepped this man because I saw he had a need. And he told me straight up, Frank, I want to thank you because I need this. Two months into the role, he's sleeping on the job. Sleeping, like snoring. To where my supervisor came and told me, hey, go talk to your friend. He's over there asleep. I'm like, fuck. So I go and talk to him. Hey, bro, let me talk to you. And he gets upset. He got mad. He got mad because I was telling him that he needed to stay awake. He got upset. He started telling me that he had rough nights dealing with the kids, woo, 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 wah, 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 wah. That if I was his friend, I needed to understand, like, oh, wait a minute, bro. I brought you here to work. I didn't bring you here to be my friend. And you know what he told me? Okay, I'm talking, this was 4 years ago. He was around 56 years old. You know what he told me? He said, hey, Frank, but I'm still a work in progress. 56-year-old with 6 kids. This was his third wife, I believe. Telling me that he was still a work in progress. And when he told me that, it bothered the fuck out of me. And I told him, "What, fool? Are you serious? I'm younger than you and I know what my priorities are. Maybe you don't understand your priorities." He tried to get down with me. He tried to fight me. I'm like, "Okay, you really want to fight, fool? Let's go outside." And on the way outside, he kind of broke it down, but he kept arguing with me. And I fired him on the spot. I told him to go home. I told him once he was home not to come back. Because at that point, he demonstrated that he was not ready to be taken seriously. Now, I know a lot of people may believe, oh, you lost a friendship over a job. Yeah, straight up, I did. Because I counted on him. I wanted him to look good. I built him up. And I told him that. I gave him every indication before he was even hired. I'm like, "Look, fool, this is how it is. This is what I'm going to need from you." And I gave him so many opportunities to back away. I told, "Are you sure you're going to be able to do this, fool? No, I want you to understand what they're. No, don't trip, fool. I got you. You know what's up. I'm going to make you look good." "Okay, serio?" "Yeah, because we're friends." Frank Tica's dropping us talking papas live on a Maturity Monday. Not everybody is mature. Just because you see an old ass person in front of you, they may be dealing with shit that they've been dealing with since they were fucking 15, 14, 13 and still have no resolution. Do not judge a book by its cover. Straight up. Do not judge a book by its cover. Do not judge a book by the age of the book. Not everybody that is an adult is mature. Straight up. We look at these fools out here and you can tell that they suffer from arrested development. No, where physical, mental, or emotional growth stops early on and doesn't progress to a normal, mature state. We're talking about maturity here. Why do you think we see so many immature people out here? They have not been able to deal with the constant changes that they're going to face throughout life. Straight up. Frank Tica's dropping non-stocking Papa's live. Maturity Monday. Got 10 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Age is not a measure of maturity. When you can accept your reality and continue moving forward, you're mature. Straight up. Straight up. You know? And that's all I can say, man. I just want to be able to come out here and let you guys know. Don't believe anybody just because they look older. They might even be family. But they may be stuck and they may be suffering from arrested development. And we just have to understand that. Frank Tica's talking papas, dropping knowledge, all of that. I just want you guys to really, truly figure it out. And that reminds me of a song that I'm going to go ahead and share with you right now. I'm going to play it. I think this is one of the great songs of all time. We're talking about maturity. Ftdk's dropping knowledge, talking Papa's live. This is a mature Monday. Got 10 people watching. Thank you so much for watching. We'll go ahead and share this track. Okay, this is Tower of Power. Go ahead and put it up on the screen. You're still a young man. Let's get it.
You're still a young man, baby. Ooh, don't waste your time. You're still a young man, baby. Ooh, don't waste your time. Down on my knees. Heart in hand, I was accused of being too young, but I'm not so young. Can't you understand that I think like a man? Still a young man, baby. Ooh, don't waste your time. No, baby. A young man, baby. I'm not wasting my time. Don't waste your time. Back once again. Ooh, just begging you, please, darling, think twice about me, 'cause I'm not so bad. I could make you happy. I'm not a madman. If you and I could be together, I'd get to you through any weather. I love you, yes, I love you only. I'll never, never leave you lonely. No, I won't, sweet lady. Don't waste your time. The damage is done. You see that you were wrong. You wake up wondering just how well I've done. Well, I've done all right. Yes, there are some girls, but you know I dropped them on side just for you. Because I love you. his hand just to love you. Just to get up next to you and hold you. Oh, baby. You say that I'm wasting my time. Well, it's my time, baby. It's you. You better listen to me. Saying I'm loving you. Yeah. Hey, now, baby. Trying to tell you that it's you. Talking to you, baby. I'll never do you no wrong, no, lady. If you would check my stuff out one time, just to hold you, just to squeeze you, and all I wanna do is get next to you and please you, baby. You dig where I'm coming from?
You broke his heart and made him cry, and he's been blue since then. Now he's found somebody new, and you want him back again. Foolish little girl, fickle little girl, you didn't want him when he wanted you. He's found another love, it's her he's dreaming of, and there's not a single
Nothing I can do. I feel so bad, yeah. I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means just me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I didn't love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. So very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so. I'd have to pay for my mistake. I can't blame you for what you're doing to me, girl. Even though my heart aches, your dreams have all come true, just the way you planned them. So I'll just step aside. I'm gonna step aside and lend a helping hand then. 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I did love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. So very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so. So very hard to go. I love you so. I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I did love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. So very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so. So very hard to go. I love you so. So very hard to go. And it ain't easy to walk away when a man loves somebody. Hey, hey, hey.
That's right. That was Tower of Power. So very hard to go for my brother out there. You know what's up, Mike Morello. Got you, bro. Thank you so much for the 200 jewels sent jamming. Hey, that's what that cat looks like me just jamming to the, to the bops. What's up, Popeye? Saludos, Frank T and fam. That's right. Shout out to you, Popeye. Thank you so much for stopping by, being a part of, supporting my channel. Thank you so much for that. Machete, accept reality, homie. Stop fighting what already happened and quit making excuses. Take the L, learn the lessons, keep your head up, and handle what's in front of you. That's right, man. That's the first step towards achieving maturity, bro, is accepting your mistakes, accepting where you make mistakes, what you did wrong, and move forward and learn from that and do it better next time. Stop making excuses for yourself. That's right, Ramiros, Popeye, saludos, brothers. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Look, we've been here an hour and 30 minutes. I'm about to jam. That's right, Machete. You can rewrite the past. You can only move smarter from here. That's right, brother. Gracias, Big Frank. Hey, Mike Morello, hey, listen, man, we've come to the end of my live. I want to thank everybody that's been a part of it, that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that came by and said hi. And as you already know, Mike, I told you earlier, man, we're going to keep Sunshine in our memory. We're going to keep her in our hearts all the time. And this is one that I dedicated, back when it happened, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you all the time. We're going to keep doing what we do. We are the Exposed Soup Revolution. Shout out to ET, ladies of Exposed Soup Tuners, Terps, and everybody putting in the work, doing what they do with their channels. Katie Frizzle, Taco Stain, Hangman Stranger, Mimi, Blue, and everybody, man. Ladies of Exposed to. You guys know what's up, man. That's right. Agree, Machete, Ramiro, likewise, Carnal, ya sabes. Hey, let me go ahead and share this one. We're going to go out with this one. I'm going to dedicate this one to Sunshine, man. Sunshine Morello, to my brother, Mike Morello, man. You know what's up, brother. We got you in our hearts and in our prayers constantly, man. We're going to keep doing what we do. It don't stop. Sunshine was down with what we did. She's always going to be down with what we do. See you in the collective tonight, my brother. That's right. Let's go ahead and get this one in for my brother, Mike Morello. I dedicate this one to you. And, we're going to go out with this one, man. 15 people in the chat, 15 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. With this, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. I stay motivated. I will continue to put out content every single day. It don't stop. Frank Tika's dropping non talking papas live, part of the Exposed Troop Revolution. I am Fernando. It don't stop. Mike Morello, this is going out to Sunshine. Much love and respect to you, Carnal, all the time. Let's get it.
Since you've been away, I've been down and lonely. Since you've been away, I've been thinking of you. Trying to understand the reason you left me. What were you going through? Ooh, ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Oh, oh. As I look around, I see things that remind me. Just to see a smile made my heart feel with joy. I still recall all those dreams we shared together. Where did you run to, boy? Ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Tell me why the road turns. Ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Sometimes I've wondered, I didn't understand just where you were trying to go. Only you knew the plan. And I tried to be there, but you wouldn't let me in. But now you've gone away, boy. I feel so broken hearted. I knew the day we started that we were meant to be. If only you let me. I've cried so many tears. Gotta face now all my fears. We'll let time slip away. I need you, boy, here today. There was so much you gave to my heart, to my soul. There was so much of your dreams that were never